Jim, I hope you can cut this however you want to. I'm doing a success story today on Hannah Reinhardt, who's a student athlete who I've worked with since the spring of last year. She is a senior who's graduating from Shawnee High School in Lima, Ohio, here in the next 6 months, and she recently committed to Tiffin University. Hannah's kind of an interesting story because when she first came on board, she didn't have times that set the world on fire. She didn't have grades that I normally work with track athletes, but she certainly had a very successful recruiting story, and I think it's a great illustration of the idea that I always try to get across to student athletes, which is recruiting is not a straight line from point A to point B. It's definitely a long and winding road, and I think Hannah is definitely a great example of that. So James Stewart was her scout, and David Geggs was her head scout who actually enrolled the family. Dad is a pastor and very, very passionate about what he does, very thorough about what he does, and very excited to have his daughter have the best opportunity possible. I want to read, first of all, a little bit about what initially brought her to NCSA, a little bit about her personal statement. You know, she was really focused when she came to us. She didn't have the best grades. She didn't have the best times. She was really focused on improving and setting smart goals for herself and making sure that she was getting her ACT to the point that it needed to be and getting her GPA up as high as possible and dropping her times as low as possible. She's a short sprinter, 100, 200, 4x1 and 4x200. And when she came to NCSA, she utilized all the resources. She used the ACT test prep. She used the system in order to identify schools and really narrow down schools. I think it's been a long time since I've seen somebody thoroughly use the system as much as Hannah and the Reinhardt family did. And I know Dad was a big driver in that. Dad definitely was enthusiastic about the system and the different tools that we had, and made sure that his daughter was 100% engaged 100% of the time. So when she started her process, she was kind of looking throughout the country, mainly focusing on the Midwest, and she connected with a number of Division III schools, which with her times would definitely be appropriate. And as she continued throughout her process, she started to look at some of the higher level Division II programs that are in Ohio. And she is eventually committed to Tiffin University, which is one of the top 10 Division II programs in the country, and not located too far away from her home. And she's going to have the opportunity to run and compete in front of a home crowd more often than not throughout her college career. One thing I'd like to share with you guys is the feedback that Dad gave us on the post-commitment survey. This is his telling of Hannah's recruiting story. So the NCSA recruiting story of Hannah Reinhardt, 2015. During the late nights of April 2014, I began the process of trying to narrow the search and determine the best fit for my daughter's aspirations for college, running track, and a future in a medical career. I found the NCSA website and started a profile of my daughter. It was easy to set up and prepare. Great. Over the next few weeks, videos were recorded, pictures collected, and our discussion with NCSA verified our final video. During the close of Hannah's junior track season, viewings of her profile began. Our ability to review colleges, narrow our search, evaluate options was enhanced greatly by the website. The resources of NCSA then continued to benefit Hannah as she studied for the ACT and continued to improve her score. Hannah was then contacted for phone interviews by colleges. The NCSA staff provided direction for questions to ask, how to approach it, and was a great resource during this time. Multiple times, the NCSA staff provided encouragement, direction, and checked in to make sure certain things were progressing well. College visits occurred over the next months that followed, and contacts with multiple colleges continued. Because of the ability to sort by many criteria, we were able to judge our decisions based upon the percentage of our match to the specific college. Even the final weeks of our search, we were able to email the profile to college coaches and make a quick connection with videos, stats, and information. Then it came time for the decision. Staff of NCSA gave helpful advice and direction on making that final decision. Hannah decided upon Tiffin University, and the continued support of NCSA is still present. Thank you, NCSA, for your assistance as you help this day guide my daughter through the journey from high school athlete to that of college athlete. Sincerely, Ed Reinhardt. This is definitely a great affirmation of how the process is supposed to work and how families are supposed to be using our resources. And, it's a great success story that I'm very proud to be a part of as well. Have a great day.